Got
Good
it.
afternoon, good evening, everybody. We're gonna try to make this as quick as possible. We're all getting the Sunday fatigue here, and we've got some rain showers and heavy wind getting ready to roll into our area here in Pipe Creek. They've got wind advisories out until tomorrow morning. So we already know from experience that our internet likes to go neen, or I don't want to work. So if we're able to log in at 7, we'll post that video as well. If you missed the Homesteaders and Preppers Guild meeting, I have dropped it into the Facebook event. I will also go in and drop it on our page, on the relevant pages, which would be the Agrarian Guild and the Homesteaders and Preppers Guild. We do need to talk about Ren Fair coming up on May the 4th. It's coming up fast. This will be our last event at the Palmarosa RV Park. Biggest question I'm asked is, what do we need? We need sponsors to help offset expenses. We need to replace some canopies that the wind and just time have done a number on them. Also, it helps us pay for the venue and everything else. We do need volunteers, and there's quite a few ways that you can volunteer. Biggest one being just getting the word out there. You know, we'll put into, I'll have to see where I can drop it into, but we have a flyer that you can print out. Black and white's fine, doesn't have to be in color. And just start putting them everywhere. And when you leave them somewhere, go into the Ren Fair event and say, hey, you know, I just dropped a bunch of flyers off here. Or message us and we'll put it out that way. We're not double dipping somebody and giving them a ton of flyers, or somebody goes in there and say, hey, I'm going to give you some flyers, and there's already some flyers on the counter waiting to be handed out. So we also need help with recruiting vendors. If you're currently a vendor, we have a vendors incentive, and I am going to flip over here so that I can get to all of that relevant information for Ren Fair. We've got accommodations updated onto the Requiem's Events of Texas website. Renewal by Anderson will be back. Give me a second here. We do have, let me go ahead and I'm going to share this for everyone to see where I'm at. So this is my Facebook page. Don't judge me on anything, because I do a lot, not just for the guilds. But this is our event. You can look for it by Ren Fair Bandera County 2024 is the name of the event. As we get confirmed right there, Ren Fair Bandera County 2024, it is at the Palmarosa RV Park. Yes, they do have a gate, but the gate will be open for this event. There is no admission fee to come into the event at all. As you can see here, the event is running from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Depending on weather and how many people we have dropping out from heat related, it might end early. So no 100% guarantees going to that, because vendor safety is our #1 concern. Vending does start at $50 for a 12 by 12 space. If you need more than that, it's going to be $25 per space, and that is at cost to us. Costuming is highly suggested and encouraged, and if you want to consider it required, well, you know, that makes life a little bit easier for all of us, and it makes the event more fun. Costuming can be anything from your broomstick skirt and a peasant top. It can be as complex as a Jedi. If you want to come up as a stormtrooper, we're going to love you, because it is also May the 4th be with you day. If you happen to have a Star Trek or an alien or some other costume sitting in your closet, pull it out. This is the perfect time to use it, because, you know, we have thrown the door all the way open to any time period, any genre of happening. You know, Ren Fair, medieval, pre-industrial, steampunk. We just ask people, don't wear what you normally wear. Wear something that's fun and different and gives a lot extra. Unless you're like me and you wear peasant tops and broomstick skirts, but I don't know how many people actually do that when they're out and about. I know I do, because they're comfy. But, you know, take a little bit extra time, and I'll go ahead and starting in April, On Mondays, I'm going to be posting how-tos on the Ren Fair Bandera County social media accounts. So that's going to be our Facebook and our Instagram, and it will feed to the Requiem's Events of Texas website. And again, that's a new domain name for us. It's www.requiems, REQUIEMS, events, EVENTS, of Texas, TEXAS.com. So we're very excited to have gotten the funding to do that. But going through here, our website has been updated with the different accommodations that are in the area for whenever we have an event. If you're just looking for a room to lay your head down, place to stay is the best one to go through. We do have a lot of area RVs that also have cabins. Al's Hideaway actually has teepee tents that you can stay in a teepee tent. That is like totally cool camping experience for the weekend. As you can see, we've already got Paige's paints. She's coming in and going to do face painting, and she's got little tattoos and face glitter and gems and all sorts of things to just have fun with. Even if if you couldn't find a costume, stop and see Paige. She'll hook you up with something fun. Renewal by Anderson is once again sponsoring our events. We thank them. They are, let's see here, they have now been supporting us since our first event in 2018.
Wow.
And that was the mini Ren Fair of one day, and it was Thanksgiving weekend. That is when they officially started supporting our events, and they have been consistently supporting every single event. Even if they don't come out and set up, they've still out there supporting their community, which we are great of. Of course, today's our meetings. Let's talk scammers. They are already out in full force. They have been hitting our comments on our pages, comments in vending groups, comments on events happenings. They've even tried putting comments into our event here on Facebook, where they essentially say, hey, spaces are limited. Message me. Message me to get your space. No. If it is not Rashana Te'el or Mikey Gravely or our Facebook page, Guilds of Requiem, or Ren Fair Bandera County, no, they're not authorized. We're not going to ask you to DM us. We will more than likely not respond to a request to DM you information. All of our posts have our application link on it. If you can't find that, guildsofrequiem.com has a link to Requiem's Events of Texas in the main menu bar. Requiem's Events of Texas has in its main menu bar applications, and that is for all vendors and all volunteers. We try to make it as easy as possible to find us and not follow that person, do not message that person, hey, I'm interested. The same goes if you're seeing our events in any groups or something. We're probably, if we see, if you comment interested, the chances of us seeing it are very, very slim. I know I am personally in at least 52 Facebook groups that I advertise our events at. Mikey's in even more. So between the two of us, we're easily looking at over 100 Facebook groups that we are posting this in. Those notifications don't always come to us. We don't know that they're there most of the time. So commenting on any of our posts that you are interested is not going to get you to the application. Go to the event. We keep the event information in there and how to get a hold of us and how to get an application. We are very consistent on our marketing and our social media posts that way. So vendor incentive, that's what I was looking for. So the first thing you need to do is you need to apply. And we'll email you from CustomerService@guildsofrequiem.com saying we've approved your application. Here's a link to your PayPal invoice. You should also receive an email from PayPal saying that there's an invoice sent to you from resourcesguildofrequiem@gmail.com. It might also say Matthew Frazier. It might say Guilds of Requiem. Depends on how PayPal is feeling that day, but those are the only, you can always look at the email that I've sent you through the customer service, and it's got the PayPal link on there. Follow through. And paying is the most important thing I can stress. We do not consider your space reserved until you have paid for your space. We will not limit, we won't, if somebody comes to me and says, hey, I'm selling soap. Okay, what kind of soap? I'm selling melt and pour. Okay, I'm not going to bring in another melt and pour soap person unless we go over 30 vendors. Now, I might bring in somebody who does cold processing and somebody who does hot processing, but I'm not going to say okay to another vendor that has melt and pour soaps if you've already paid for your space. If you have not paid for your space, I will go ahead and approve that other person, and then it becomes a matter of the first person who pays now has that spot. And when that person pays, I will go cancel the other invoice, and I will send a message to you from PayPal saying, hey, sorry, we've had this other person come in on the list and they have paid for their space right away. So don't wait until the last day to pay for your space. The other thing is you do not qualify for a vendor incentive program unless you've paid for your space. Here's how it works. You've paid for your space. You refer 1 to 4 vendors. We're going to refund back 25% of your space after they have paid for their space. That's the big key. They've got to commit to being at the event, not just apply, but they need to pay and commit to being at our event. Our next line is 5 to 10 vendors. We're going to return 50% of the space to you. If you give us 10 or more, oh, we're going to love you. I'm still going to return that 50% to you, and our next event is free. And that is the next event, not the next Ren Fair, not the next, it is the next event we have, which after Ren Fair is our Fall Homesteaders and Preppers Bazaar, and that'll be back out on our property at 8124 State Highway 16 South, up here in Pipe Creek. So it is very important that as soon as you get that invoice, pay that invoice. And my train of thought just jumped on me, Mikey. Oh my goodness. We also do not start advertising that you are coming to our events, because I have to pay our marketing person who's going through there and making the posts, creating the posts, who's double checking the graphics to make sure that everything is consistent and lined up. We're asking for landscape graphics. If you want to know the exact pixels, it's 1920 by 1080 pixels. That's what we resize everything to do. If we have to resize any of your graphics, our marketing person is going to take the time to resize those graphics. I'm going to send you an email to approve those graphics, and I need that approval before I can promote, because we want to make sure we're representing your business, your brand, your products in a manner that is in line with your branding. If you need help understanding what branding is, we've got this awesome program. It's the Vendors Guild of Requiem. And what this is it's a network of vendors that are anywhere from being brand new into the vending world to the one that's been in the vending world since 1992. We're going to help you understand the laws that you have to comply with in the state of Texas. We're going to help you understand how to run your business if you don't have any business experience at all. We're going to help you understand what marketing and branding of your business is about. A really great product. What's our lowest one, Mikey? Is it 75? 50? Well, that's for founders. You're on mute, Mikey.
Sorry, I forgot. I was coughing, muted, and forgot to unmute myself. So the founding members, yes, is 50, but the next level, the one where other people can come in, is $50 a year. And that's with a simple collection where they help us maintain their website.
Correct. And then we have all the way up to a complex collection where we maintain your products on the website. Being on our website gets you www.guildsofrequiem.com/ whatever the name of your company is. 6 Cents Apothecary, Sir Barks-a-Lot, Bella's Barkery, Blissful Gifts.
Yeah.
And Treasures by Tanya.
Yep.
That's who we currently have up there, though I have 6 Cents Apothecary down because, well, I can't make soap.
Yeah.
At least not anymore. So we have that going. We do need volunteers, as I've stated already. How can we help out? We need help with promoting it. We need help with recruiting vendors. We need help with setting up, taking down, event cleanup. If you like to dress up in costume already and you just want to wander the event, we will count that as well. What do you get? You have access to a vending space, a 12 by 12 vending space for free. But you do need to make sure that there's somebody there who can run your booth while you're doing your volunteer activities. You also get a $20 food voucher, and that's going to be good at any participating food vendor. And we'll have that listed up at the guest services. You can leave your items up at guest services. They'll be kept safe. You have access to bottled water, flavored mix-ins, electrolytes, whatever, whatever you need. So we try to thank our volunteers as much as we can. If you need to apply, we have nonprofits. Our nonprofits and our vendors and our food trucks, food vendors, you're all using the same Google application. We do ask that you include some photos of your nonprofit and at least one version of your logo, so that way we can promote you out. Once you have confirmed via email, you apply, we'll send you an email saying, hey, we're confirming that you're going to be at our event. You need to reply back, yes, I'm going to be at your event. We give you some of the more of the details that you need to know as a nonprofit. Then we will start advertising your presence, what you're doing there. Are you fundraising? Are you hosting activities? How are you promoting your nonprofit? And this does go out to nonprofits only. We do verify on the IRS website if you are a nonprofit. If you are operating as a nonprofit, but not done through the IRS, please talk to me about it, because there are certain restrictions that we have to maintain as a part of our contract as being a nonprofit private foundation with the IRS. So we have to be able to say, okay, I have this nonprofit here. This is their information. We help them. This is how we help this nonprofit. This is how we help that nonprofit. We did some fundraising for this nonprofit. We have to report all of that to the IRS. If you applied to be a vendor at Ren Fair Bandera County before the Spring Homesteaders and Preppers Bazaar, you do have an invoice. It was sent out on March 17th. We have a couple of them that have already been paid. We have a couple of them that haven't even been seen yet. I'm getting ready to send out reminds because it's been a week. And that's just more about everything else that's going on. Like I said, we're going to go to, let's see here if I can get it, the Ren Fair of Bandera County. This is our Facebook social media. You can see the lovely little AI that we have happening here. And let me tell you, man, AI is not as easy as people make it out to be. You've got to be sometimes very specific on what you want. Otherwise, you end up with somebody with 4 legs and 6 fingers and 3 arms and a costume coming out of nowhere. It's crazy, some of the things that I get from someone. But here's a link to the place to say reservations for Bandera. It is, once again, it's free admission to everybody. We do have vendors. We already have a confirmed food truck. Yay, Jen and Eddie's. Woohoo! We love them. Their food was fantastic. Oh my goodness.
Their French fries are amazing. I had their chicken sandwich. It was delicious, but oh my gosh, whatever they do to their fries was so good.
I had one.
I just want a huge bucket of fries.
Well, I have a food allergy, and
I know.
Jen took the extra step of making me a grilled cheese and Spam sandwich.
That's awesome.
I've had some Spam before, but this was cooked to perfection with crispy outside.
Woohoo.
I love that. I love me some Spam, and that was the best.
Awesome.
So pretty much everything. Yep, there you go. Jean and Eddie's food trailer. They're on Facebook.
Woohoo.
Right here. We're gonna pop them up right here. They're really good about posting where they're going to be at. We are thrilled to have them here, coming out to us. So yeah, it is. Sorry, my little X button is hiding underneath my camera. So I've got to do the whole.
Don't look for it.
Got to look for it. Let's see here.
One thing I did want to put out there, so that this goes out to the masses, in regards to volunteers, we are looking for photographers. And if you are a high school student or college student and you're in photography class, anything like that, volunteering with us can also give you volunteer hours.
Yes, it gives you volunteer hours that you can report back. I'll sign off on any form that you need me to, that you volunteered at a nonprofit. We are discovering with our high school students that having nonprofit volunteer time looks really good when you're applying to colleges. And if you're already in college, it looks really good that you have this nonprofit volunteer time on your resume. And you may learn a little something about how a nonprofit operates at the same time. I have absolutely no problem sitting down and saying, ask me away, ask me some questions. I love, anybody who knows me in public, I like to yap my trap, especially on the internet. When you first meet me, I might be quiet, and that's, surprise, I'm not. Okay, let me show right here real quick, Requiem's Events of Texas, since I have it up right now. This takes you, my link takes me straight to Ren Fair, Bandera County. You can see all the information for the Ren Fair, including our Facebook link and our Bard's Guild. I'm probably going to be taking that down because we haven't had as much interest as I thought we were going to have in it. So it just becomes one more thing that we have to maintain and monitor that's not seeing a lot of activity. So what we've been doing is if there's at least 6 to 12 months of no activity, we're starting to set it on the shelf, set it aside until we have a larger membership base and more volunteers. That you can subscribe. Let's see here. Where is it about? Right there, under events, accommodations. We have done some of the legwork for you. We have some hotels and Airbnbs. A Place to Stay does a lot of B&B accommodations. They also have just a room that you can stay in. Found all the camping options that are near us. If you want to stay at the Pomerosa, please get with me. I'll need to speak to BB specifically because they are limited in how many people they can have actually staying there on their property. So that's going to be a case-by-case basis on us being able to help you there. But otherwise, all of these are among being very affordable. I think the most expensive one was $75 a night. And that was for a 50 amp RV. The cabins, I did not look at the prices on the cabins, but for RV wise, and a lot of them will let you pop up your own tent if you want to really rough it. They'll help you really rough it. And then I have updated our homesteaders and preppers information to our fall one. And as you can see, it's nice, pretty, and visually appealing. Have been trying to remember to go look at what they look like on a mobile device before I hit publish. So our applications are open for the 2024-2025 season. Again, our vending is going to start at $50. We do not have electricity at this time. Yes, we are charging our normal rate for vending because it's on our property. We can barter that amount, but our goal is to be able to continue to make improvements to our event area at the front of our properties. If you go looking at the homesteaders and preppers, I dropped the video into the Facebook event for today for the meetings. You'll see that our area is very primitive. If you ever want to stop by and take a look and see where we need help and when we need help, I'm usually home most of the time. You can just send me a message on the Guilds page or email me at customerservice@guildsofrequiem.com. You will not find me as this name on Facebook. I do use Roshana Tail on Facebook, which is a legal alias for me. So as you can see, we have it all up here with all of our graphics that you're going to see. And once again, reminding about the scam alerts because we're already seeing it here. If you are a gardener and you let something go to seed, save your seeds. We are having a seed swap again in fall. We gave out almost $500 worth of seeds from Sow Right Seeds at Spring Homesteaders and Preppers. That was very cool to, took me a while to get them all out, but it sure did not take very long to put them up because I only had about that many and about half of them went to the Boys and Girls Club of Bandera.
Nice.
So I have like maybe 5-10 packs of seeds left. So that's pretty awesome. They're really good seeds, so you'll expect to see them in the fall, and I do believe they're sending us another batch of seeds. I've reached out to some other seed companies, so we should have a really good haul in the fall as well, with the opportunity to have some locally grown seeds in there. We will have Bartertown again in the fall, which we need to kind of sit down and figure out where we're going to put that.
Yeah.
We might have to trim up that tree so that they can get down to the lower area.
Right.
We'll do a walkthrough and we'll figure it out. We might have to put that on hold. We are looking for raffle items. For Ren Fair, I will have at least one raffle item for our volunteers.
Oh,
So
cool.
volunteer. Give me a second. Should have brought her in earlier. So if you volunteer, you're going to be put in to a raffle. For her, she is known as Dragon's Daughter 2. It is an Amy Brown original.
Awesome.
I have number 336 of 500. There's only
Wow.
500 of these made. So if you volunteer, you're going to get put into a raffle to win her.
Awesome.
And I've had her since, I think 2000 something. Christopher was 2. So 2005.
Wow.
2004, 2005. So she is going to be up for raffle for the volunteers. As we get donations, we may see if we can do a fundraising raffle for all of our other attendants, and based on donations, if we get enough donations to do, I don't know. We're gonna have to think about that, because the couple years, last year and past couple years, we've done a booth decorating. And people could vote for booths, but we're gonna have to think about what the prize for that's gonna be.
Yeah.
And I know we had issues with somebody wanted to give a donation by credit card and we weren't set up for
Okay.
that. So we may have to look at that, getting the PayPal or the Square working on the green tablet,
Okay.
so we don't have to keep tapping onto yours.
No worries. And you know what? It doesn't bother me though. I mean, hey, I can help out where I can.
We're all together. So that is pretty much everything. Share screen has stopped. Good. Good. I closed the right window. So that is everything I have. Is there anything you want to add, Mikey?
Nope. The only thing I wanted to add was the photographer, because we really need a photographer.
Yes, we really do. If you look at the events page, you'll see that our gallery is very shy on photos. And a lot of that
Yep.
has to do with the fact that we are too busy making sure the event happens,
Yeah.
or manning our booths, or doing something with guest services. You'll still see me flitting between the Mother's Den, the first aid station, and guest services, and keeping our volunteers taken care of, so that prevents me, well, and there's other reasons, it prevents me from walking around and taking photos.
Yeah.
Maybe I can talk my stepdaughter, talk the girls into walking around with a camera. We'll see. I mean, I've got kids that get voluntold to do things all the time.
Yeah. And it would be a good way for any of them to get practice using it and
And
volunteering for a
volunteer
nonprofit.
hours, because I think we've got 2 of them looking at wanting to go to college. One for sure. One for
Cool.
sure. So that is everything that we have. I can hear our wind picking up, so I'm going to put a note that we're not
Okay.
doing the 7 o'clock general meeting.
Okay. All right. Yeah, definitely
We don't
want you
know
guys to.
how. Yeah, we've got new internet. We've got BEC fiber. We just haven't had a wind test on it yet.
Gotcha.
So I don't want to be in the middle and the computers, we lose internet. So we will talk to everybody later. And remember, if you have any questions, just email customerservice@guildsofrequiem.com. We try to keep it really easy to remember. And we look forward to seeing you April 28th, I think, is our next monthly meeting.
Hold on.
Get
my calendar. Yes. April the 28th.
And for volunteers, we might actually meet up there. I'm not sure yet. It just depends on how the weather and the schedules are leading up to that time and how many volunteers we have.
Sounds
that's
like a
just
plan.
mostly because I want them to get an understanding of where everything is, how we're setting the vendors up, where to find the restroom.
And I do have that Friday off
Okay,
because I had planned on coming out there on Friday to set everything up.
okay,
So, I should be available pretty much all day Friday.
okay.
That way we can batten down the hatches and be ready first thing on Saturday morning.
Yep, so that's May 3rd that she's talking about. If you've got a large
Yes.
setup and you need some extra time, please let us know. Otherwise, vendor setup starts at 8 a.m.
Oh,
We'll see everybody later.